Really, we need to make sure standards in our public life and private life in the UK are raised. And that means educating children with a sense of responsibility, commitment, community, uh, educating people to care for one another. And I don't think we're doing that. And I think at the heart, it gets back to Mrs. Thatcher's thing about society, there is no society. But what we fail to listen to is the second part of that statement from Women's Own in 1988, I think it was. Society is composed of individuals who work together. And I think we've stopped being individuals working together. I think we've become individuals working against each other. And that needs to change if we are to restore the NHS, if we are to take an interest in world events, if we are to make our country and the world a better place. So the story of Claudio Gaetani, this Italian filmmaker who came over for a film festival, who collapsed in a street in Hackney, and who was robbed as he was dying by the constable who went to his assistance. This constable took £115 from his wallet, just £115, and he was caught counting it on his own webcam. So it's not only a demonstration of avarice, greed, stupidity. Well, that's actually what I was going to say. It's not a demonstration of avarice and greed, it's a demonstration of stupidity as well. But it's also a demonstration of arrogance. That here you've got somebody who represents the authority that can then behave in such a snide, underhand, cheeky, and ultimately futile way. Cheap. And I think it turns up all over the place in reality TV, in politics, and in our international relations. This sort of me. I think a lot of the way that Brexit was pitched, a lot of the way that Brexit was voted for, and certainly the way that Brexit was arranged under Boris Johnson and Lord Frost, is all about me. In the end, we have to think about our responsibility to others. That is our responsibility to our neighbours, to Ireland, to France, our immediate neighbours, both in the European Union. We have to think of our responsibility within the United Kingdom. The responsibility of Scotland to England, England to Scotland, England to Wales, Wales to England, the Isle of Man, the Channel Islands. Our responsibility to each other. And it all starts with our responsibility in our neighbourhood and in our families. And Craig Carter shows an appalling sense of irresponsibility as somebody who has been commissioned to lead the way. Quite rightly, today he's been sentenced to, is it 16 years? 16 months in jail for this criminal stupidity in September 2022. And I find this a crime that's almost impossible to explain. To rob somebody who is dying. It's just disgusting.